is really hard with Kanye. He told me my career's over.
Why are we always making excuses for the people that traumatize us?
The Kardashians are coming back, and we are going to be taking a closer look at the trailer dropped earlier this week. Hey guys, and welcome to another shared news. The Kardashians are coming back just a few weeks away from the premiere on Hulu. And before we get into the trailer, you guys know the drill. Be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined by Morgan Wright and Allison Von Dam. Morgan, I know you are a huge Kardashian fan, but I have to know, do you think that the new Hulu spinoff will be as popular as the original show on E?
I think it'll be more popular. I think this year off has
Ooh.
really just catapulted the Kardashians to their next era. And I mean, we're all just sitting on pins and needles waiting for this show to drop. So I think it was a great decision for them to take a year off. And I am ready for the new era of the Kardashians on Hulu.
It's gonna be so good. I feel like it will be more popular as well because it's streaming, and I know Kardashians have like worldwide fans, so maybe that went into their decision to going online if they can reach more of an audience. Now, we also saw the trailer drop this week during the Bachelor Live After the Final Rose finale. Allison, was that good marketing, or do you think that was a little too convenient or a little too much?
No, I think it was super smart. I mean, this Bachelor finale has been advertised as the most dramatic of all time. It was a 2-night event. I think they definitely pulled in a lot of viewers for the finale. And let's be honest, Kris Jenner is behind all of this. So she makes smart money moves. And I think it was absolutely a great pairing of probably very similar, audience demographics. And it got people really, really excited.
Yeah, it was just like when our reality TV worlds collide, all of us are gonna talk about it. Now, we're gonna start breaking down the clips for the new trailer, which premieres on Hulu April 14th. And we're going to see a new side of the family, as Morgan said, after a year off. So let's take a look at our first clip.
Life without cameras was a big change for us.
I think it's time to see a whole new side of the family.
Ooh, oh my God. The music is just so funny. We have our first shot here with Courtney, Travis, and the kids. Morgan, the last time we left off with Courtney, she was begging her sister. She was done filming. She was pissed off. What do you think changed that she was so open to coming back to TV?
I mean, she just seems in a much happier, healthier place in her life in general. I mean, look at her right now. She's glowing. She's been glowing ever since she was with Travis. In that recent article, they were talking about how Courtney just felt like at that time it was a toxic work environment for her to continue on the show. I feel like maybe now that she's been with Travis, she's loosened up a little bit. And I'm so excited to see her relationship with him play out on the show.
How do you think Travis is gonna adapt to the cameras, Allison? Because he's never been on the show before. They kind of started dating while the cameras are down.
Well, he actually has been on the show before. He was on an earlier season when they were neighbors and they
Ooh,
had
you're
kind of a
right.
scene like sitting around a table eating, and they were like, I think Courtney did like her little like interview moment. She was like, Travis Barker is our neighbor and we're raising our kids at the same time. So I mean, he's had experience with it a little bit before, but also this is a new crew. It's kind of a new setup. So maybe because it's Hulu and it's not E, it can be a little bit more relaxed. It can be a little more dictated by Courtney and Travis, and they can kind of, let us know what they're comfortable with and what they're not. So I hope it's a positive experience for both of them and their families.
Yeah, I mean, and Travis knew what he signed up for when he started dating Courtney, so it was inevitable that he was going to end up on the show if he continued a relationship with her. So I think we're going to see a lot of Courtney and Travis content this season. Morgan's getting excited. She loves Kravis. I'm really interested to see Scott and Travis in the same room if they interact. So that will be a funny, awkward moment if we get that, because Scott, he still loves Courtney. I mean, it's up for debate, but I think he still loves her deep down. Let's continue on because Kim is back in full effect after some time off as well. Our reigning queen.
So how does it feel to be back?
We've had so much time off. We've kind of gone into our own worlds.
I mean, how much time off from filming? I feel like we're still keeping up with their every move. regardless, if they're filming or not. I mean, Allison, what do you think we're gonna get from Kim this season?
I think not only Kim, but everyone is just going to show us a more like raw, real side of them. I think it's important that we are like, it's almost breaking the fourth wall. I think more than the E show ever did. They're talking about filming. We can see them behind the scenes talking to producers. And it feels like this is a show following along on their lives, not the show is their lives. And I feel like that's a interesting distinction between the two kind of separate shows. So I hope that Kim just kind of lets her walls down a little bit and shows us more who she is when the cameras aren't rolling, or maybe now that they are again, because she has always been so polished, so perfect. But she's a great businesswoman, and I would love to see that side of her. I would love to see her and Pete. There's so many questions I have about Kim K now.
Oh, for sure. Kim is in her new, like, I want to say single. I know she has a boyfriend, but she's in this new era. She's finally free from Kanye after being, in an unhappy relationship the past few years. And Kim is an expert in the game. She says you always have to be yourself. No one has done reality TV like Kim, so let's keep watching these clips.
I'm excited for this new chapter, and I've been in this game long enough to know that you just have to be yourself.
They're gonna like you for who you are, not what you wear. I'm just kidding, obviously.
I mean, there we have it. Scott is still, in the closet, looking at the Kardashians. I feel like there's been so many scenes where he just watches them get ready. How do you think the relationship is now between the sisters and Scott Morgan? Because clearly she's in a new relationship and they haven't been filming as much. There could be a little bit of distance, but he's still around.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was his primary worry when the show was ending on E. The Kardashians are Scott's family, especially now that both of his parents have passed on. He said that they're the only family that he has. So I feel like when the E show ended, he thought that his relationship with them was going to end or maybe be different. So I'm just overall happy that we're still going to get Scott in this new show and that they still consider him family. I mean, I knew that they would, but it's just still nice to see that he's a part of the family.
Yeah, and I know they filmed this last year. So, Morgan, do you think we're going to get any reference to Scott and Amelia? Because that was a huge, public relationship everyone was talking about at the time.
I think absolutely. I mean, it would be different if Amelia's parents weren't Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin, but they are also reality TV stars and they're all friends. So I feel like they know what they're signing up for, and we definitely will get some Amelia in the mix.
Okay, I'm a little interested with the timeline because I'm not sure when they broke up and when they started filming, but if we can get any Amelia reference, I feel like that was what we were kind of looking for, or maybe we'll get it on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills next season. I'm not sure with the filming and the breakup. But let's continue on because Kylie is back and she is pregnant. Let's take a look.
My pregnancy is really public this time.
I feel like we're being chased.
Tristan and I are complicated. Trust takes time.
It's gonna be painful to watch Chloe and Tristan just because he did end up having, another baby with another girl, and I guess they found that out after Chloe was saying it was complicated since this is about maybe 6 months ago. A little iffy about this. Allison, how are we gonna be able to watch Chloe and Tristan?
I don't know. Am I the only one who would just love like the whole Tristan chapters to be done? Because it's just like clearly Chloe is such a genuine person and keeps giving him chance after chance after chance. And I think she really does want to have a family with him and true. And she cares about her daughter above all else. But I mean, this guy has just dragged Chloe through it, like girl after girl. Now he's a baby daddy to someone else. And I'm like, Chloe deserves better. I don't know how we find her a better man. I don't know if we create a dating show just for Chloe, but I am team Chloe all the way. And I would love for Tristan to stop being on my screen.
Oh my God, me too. And that's what's frustrating, I guess, about watching it 6-7 months later, because she's totally done with Tristan now. I just recently saw reports that she's ready to start dating again. So it's kind of a little frustrating when things aren't super current. But I guess that's how you make TV. You got to edit it. It's not like it's live, like Big Brother with the live feeds. Morgan, how do you think Kylie's going to go about her pregnancy this season? Because her first pregnancy was radio silent. I don't even think she announced storming until after she was born. This time we're going to get to see Kylie really go through it. So are you excited to see her on this journey?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we haven't seen before. And I think it's going to be interesting to watch the world speculate that Kylie is pregnant because for the longest time, nobody knew. Although I do think it will get interesting because of the Astro World tragedy. And unfortunately, Kylie is always going to be tied to Travis, who is always going to be tied to the Astro World tragedy. So I'm not sure if they'll include that in the show. But I am looking forward to seeing Kylie on her pregnancy journey, especially since her first one was so private.
Do you think Kendall and Kylie are going to be more involved, or do you think we're going to get the same kind of background role for them like we got on Kardashians?
Yeah, I don't think Kendall's going to be involved at all. I mean, even in this trailer, I think she's in one scene where she gets mad and leaves. And it's like, what is she possibly mad about? I feel like maybe Kylie will be more involved because she is pregnant. But I feel like Kendall, this is just not her thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we see more of them. I think we'll get more Kylie, like you said, because she is pregnant and was in hiding, so she probably was only around family and maybe a couple of close friends. So I think we'll see a lot of Kylie. But Kendall, I think you're right. I don't know if we're going to get much of her. But let's continue on because it looks like there might be an engagement this season for our favorite couple, Kravis.
Travis and I want to have a baby.
Put the sample in this cup.
We'll take our mics off. Get the.
I mean, I have to go right to Morgan because she is the resident Kravis stan. Did you know that they were trying to have a baby? Because I had no idea until this trailer dropped.
Yeah, well, kind of like the Kylie pregnancy rumors, there were clues online, right? Like you would see blind items of the two of them walking out of a fertility clinic. You would see the vials of blood. You would see the baby bottle in the corner of the Instagram story. So the internet was always trying to put these puzzle pieces together, but you never knew for sure if they were trying for a baby. So I love in the trailer, just right away, they come out and say, yep, you guys were right, speculating all along. We have been trying for a baby this whole time.
Yeah, and I recently read a report that I think Courtney's taking like IVF or something, and it caused her to get pre-menopause. So I'm not sure if they're still going to be, trying to conceive a baby or if they're going to adopt. Allison, what do you see in the future for Kravis? Are you excited to see this proposal? Because this looks pretty epic as well.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see the proposal. I think obviously we all saw like the random iPhone footage of people who were at the beach, but it'll be so great to actually see what goes into it beforehand. I saw a clip, I think it was on TikTok, of, Travis talking to both Chris and Chloe and explaining that he wanted to propose and that he thought Courtney was his soulmate, and Chloe had cried. It was very, very sweet and personal. And I just love them. I'm a Kravis fan as well. And in terms of the whole pregnancy thing, I mean, obviously we've seen Kim utilize surrogacy after she had so many health complications with pregnancy herself. So, I mean, we've been talking about the fact that all of these scenes were filmed, 6 months ago. So there's a chance that if IVF didn't take for Courtney, they could already have a surrogate and maybe already have a baby on the way. We just don't know.
Ooh. I feel like Kris Jenner is always hinting that there's another baby anytime she goes on Ellen. So I wouldn't be surprised. Morgan, I did hear a rumor back that Courtney and Travis actually got engaged in like Las Vegas during a getaway. It was like a secret engagement. And then they like redid it for the show in Santa Barbara on the beach, which is what we see in this shot right here. Is there any truth to that rumor as the resident Kravis detective?
I mean, I don't know for certain if there's proof, but let's just put it this way. I would not be surprised. I feel like a secret engagement, a secret marriage would be right up Travis and Courtney's alley, just doing things for the two of them the way they want to do it, regardless of if they got engaged or married in Las Vegas. I'm glad they did give us something for the show, even if it is maybe their second fake engagement. I don't know. I'm just here for it all.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic. It honestly looks a little bit more bougie than a bachelor proposal with all of those flowers, so I can't wait to see it go down. Now, another relationship that's getting everyone's attention, there's a lot of speculation, is Kim and Pete on this upcoming season. Now, Kim did recently say in an interview that Pete will not be on the show, but he is going to be talked about and mentioned quite a bit. So let's take a look at this next clip.
Yeah. This is a relationship that I don't think anybody saw coming.
Who are you texting, Kim? Does his name rhyme with feet?
Oh my God, I loved Kris Jenner's jacket in that. She was so blinged out. Allison, how much do we think Kim is going to open up about Pete? Is it going to be like a one episode thing? Is it going to be a whole storyline? What do you think?
I mean, I think I speak for all of us in that we would take as much as she's give us. My only hesitation of thinking that she would is because of all the Kanye drama. Like, how much does she actually want exposed on this show? As we've seen, like, Kanye lets nothing back in terms of what he posts online. And I could see him going on Twitter, going on Instagram every time a new episode drops and just exposing them to everyone. So I think it's going to have to be a very, calculated, careful decision on behalf of both Kim and Pete of what they share, not because of us as the viewers, but because of Kanye. And I just think that's almost kind of a sad thing because if they want to share their love and kind of their relationship, they should be able to. But it's become clear that Kanye is not a fan of it. So
Yeah, I mean, but also it's like Kanye shouldn't have that much control. He's an ex for a reason. And if Kim wants to, talk about her new boyfriend on her show, she should be able to. So I'm so over the Kanye trolling. We know he was just banned from Instagram for 24 hours after, attacks and harmfulness and bullying. So I just feel like Kanye needs to stop. I hope he's not going to watch the show, but he is going to be on it. In this next clip, we actually have a shot of Kanye. And I mean, I'm surprised he didn't ask Kim or whatever to make sure he wasn't in the episodes, but let's take a look at what we can expect.
It's so easy to comment on people when you have no idea what they're actually going through.
It is really hard with Kanye. He told me my career's over.
Why are we always making excuses for the people?
Why are we always making excuses? Morgan, break this clip down for me. The Kardashians always take the high road. And then what are your thoughts with Kanye showing up? This must have been before things got really messy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell if this whole thing is like I mean, there are the conspiracy theories that this is all a publicity stunt because especially Kanye has been going up against Hulu on his Instagram saying that Hulu needs a new narrative for Kim and Hulu is the one that wants Kim single. And then Kanye West is in the Hulu trailer. I was just like absolutely mind blown when I saw him show up in the trailer because he's been talking all this crap about Hulu. And I say that as somebody who has been to Kanye West concerts. I have loved his music since middle school, but like the rest of you, I'm just over his antics. And I don't know what's real and what's fake when it comes to all of this. I have no idea.
Do we think Kanye telling Kim that her career is over? Morgan, is there any truth to that? Can Kanye end Kim's career?
No. And I also wonder if it was Kanye who actually said that. I mean, a lot of times in these trailers, they kind of bait and switch you into thinking that something is going to lead you down this narrative, and then it turns out to be something completely different. So, I mean, everyone took that as Kanye saying it, but maybe she's not even talking about him. Who knows?
True that. And this last shot I saw, it's like the Kardashians always have people coming for them, and yet they always take the high road. I feel like they get so much flack, but they've proven on reality TV that they are good people and they care about the people in their lives. Why do we think people keep coming for them, and why aren't they doing anything about it, Allison?
I mean, I think the bigger you get and the more famous you are, like the more challenges that come with it. Like we can look at them and say, wow, like look how much money they have and all these houses and all this glitz and glam. But that comes with a price and it comes with countless haters and comments and stalkers. And I just think because they are so big, it's a bigger target and it doesn't make it right. But I think they've proved time and time again that they, like you said, they do take the high road. They ignore the haters. They stay true to their family, their friends. I mean, you look at Chloe in this scene, who has been friends with Malika and Khadijah for decades. Like, I don't think the people in their lives would stick by them if they weren't good, genuine people. And we've seen their tight circle stay the same since season 1. And I think that's just a testament to who all of them are as people.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim still hangs out with like all her high school friends. I love it. And I love Malika so much. Chloe and Malika is like my favorite friendship ever. So I cannot wait to see them back in action. Morgan, do you think we'll see Food God on this season, Jonathan, Kim's BFF? Because I don't know if they're super close anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I have not seen much of Food God in the past year with Kim. So I'm going to go out on a whim and say no Food God in the Hulu era.
Okay. All right, we'll have to see. Maybe he'll show up. Morgan, do you have any other favorites though that you want to show up? Any other side characters? Maybe Larsa?
Oof, I would love Larsa. I would love to see a good Jordan come back. I mean, especially now that
Oh.
time has passed, that would be super interesting. I mean, I don't think that that will ever happen, but that would make for great reality TV.
Oh yeah, that would be a legendary scene if Kylie and Jordan got lunch or high tea and caught up. That would happen on any other show, but not this show. We have a couple more clips to go through. This one is a little bit of, you can call it a threat, maybe you can call it a promise, but it's important with the Kardashians to never go against the family. Let's take a look.
Traumatize us.
I'm out. This is so ridiculous.
We have all the time and all of the resources to burn them all to the ground.
Never go against the family.
Never go against the family.
Allison, who is Kim talking about when she says we have all the time and resources to burn them against the ground? Them is plural, so I guess it's multiple people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it would necessarily be Kanye. Another thing that popped in my mind was maybe someone was trying to leak something, maybe about Courtney and Travis, maybe about Kylie's pregnancy. I mean, I know she was a little bit more vocal about this pregnancy than Stormy. Maybe that was because people wanted to leak the information and she wanted to get ahead of it. So I could see them being maybe like some companies or photographers or anything like that. That's just really like not doing things on their terms. But I just love that scene. And I love Kris Jenner so much. I aspire to be like Kris. And I'm like, you do not want to go against Kris Jenner because she has people in every corner and they have so much money and so many resources. I would love to see like the strategy that goes behind like a takedown like that.
Oh my God. I just discovered this TikTok account. There's this girl. I have to find her username and send it to you guys, but she dresses up as Kris Jenner and just does like the most ridiculous things ever. And it looks just like Kris. So I'll send that to you guys after. You have to check it out. But Morgan, Kendall, you brought her up earlier. She's having a meltdown. What is this about?
I have no idea. I mean, I feel like Kendall has been in some hot water about her 818 tequila brand with cultural appropriation, with maybe ripping off another brand. So I don't know if this has to do anything with that. I don't know if it might have to do with them talking about their dad, Caitlyn Jenner, because I feel like anytime that is brought up, it gets a little dicey between Kris and whoever it is that they're talking to at the moment. So I don't know. I just, like I said earlier, I think it's funny that the one time Kendall shows up in the whole entire trailer, it's like this type of moment when I feel like this is going to be Kendall's scene in the show and that's going to be it for her.
Yeah, I mean, Kendall's had a few meltdowns over the years. So I'm not surprised. I feel like she's sometimes been a little bit of a brat on the show. So I don't know exactly the depth of this conversation. But like Courtney said, it's so easy to comment on other people's lives without actually knowing the full thing. So I will save my rest of my opinions for the full episodes. We have one last clip, and then we got to know what everyone is most excited about for the season. So let's roll it.
Please have a sense of humor and no one take anything personally that I say. I love you.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Okay, April 14th, guys. We're less than a month away. We're a few weeks away. What stuck out to you the most in the trailer? What are you most looking forward to? What is the one storyline or the one moment that you are most excited to play out? Let's go down the line here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just go ahead and say Kravis. My boyfriend and I were Courtney and Travis for Halloween. I just have been obsessed with them. I love seeing Courtney like this. I think it's such a testament that she waited, to find her happily ever after. She never settled. And I think that's an important story arc for people to see who have been watching for the past 20 years, that you don't have to settle for less than what you deserve. And if you just wait it out and trust your gut, you'll get your happily ever after, just like she did.
Boom.
I think I'm most excited to see all of like the Kylie office scenes. I know Kris works out of the office as well. And I just feel like that's going to be such a cool behind the scenes look of Kylie's empire and even Kris's empire, even more so than, like staged kitchen scenes or conversations. I would just love to see how everything works behind the scenes. And even if it's not like picture perfect or a stage drama. I'm just more curious to see exactly what goes down on like day-to-day life. And I think this trailer made it clear that this show is just going to be a lot more like raw and real as opposed to, okay, stage scenes, let's talk about X, Y, and Z. So that's my excitement.
Yes, and Kim is my favorite Kardashian. It was Chloe for a while, but she kind of lost me. So I am just excited for all of Kim because she truly is the queen of the show. She belongs in the middle where she always stands in the intro. So I'm just excited to see her evolution and see what is next for her. And we want to hear from you guys. We want to know what your biggest takeaway from the Kardashians trailer was. What are you most looking forward to on the season? Give us your predictions, give us your hot takes in the comments down below. And before you guys go, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you never miss out on any future Kardashian updates. As always, I'm your host, Zachary Reality, joined by Morgan Wright and Allison Van Dam. Our social media handles are on the screen right now, so be sure to give us a follow and come say hello. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye!